All right, man. Talk. You know what it is, man. All right, man. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. All right, so today's episode, we're going to be going through the testimony of Capricorn Clark, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on her testimony, and then I'm also going to go through her cross examination too. I might make this into. I don't know if I want to make this into one video. In fact, I'm gonna make it into one whole video. So yeah, so y'all can see it all on one video. I'm not gonna break it into two videos. All right. So look, man. Before I get into that, I gotta get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App right here on the screen. No more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers to over 17,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. Listen, man. Let's get to it, man. This is pretty good stuff. So let's go. All right, man. You already know links will be in the description. Let's get it, man.
It's Diddy. Let me tell you, Diddy's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, is giving her testimony against Diddy. Let me tell you, she starts this off strong with talking about her being kidnapped. And there are a lot more bombshells throughout her testimony, so let's get into it. The government calls Capricorn Clark to the stand, and they ask, "Where did you grow up?" She said, "I was born in San Francisco and I moved to LA. I worked for Def Jam and then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label. What was your relation to Suge Knight? He is the father of my friend's child. Then you worked for Sean Combs? Yes, he's over there in the blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012. Were you kidnapped? Yes. When did you first meet Mr. Combs? When I moved to New York in 2002, we were platonic friends. A headhunter said that I should work for him as a personal assistant, and I did until 2006. What were your duties? To shadow him when he woke up. And then what? Then I became the head of women's for Sean John. How long? A year, and then I became the global brand director for Sean Combs. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura. Did you work in this building? And they show a photo of Bad Boy Records. Yes.
All right, so let me stop it there. I'm going to give y'all full disclosure. I'm giving y'all my opinion about everything. And I want y'all to understand, I do not like Diddy. Never did. I never liked Diddy. Never. Since the Biggie Smalls days, I never liked Diddy. I am not a Diddy sympathizer. I'm just giving y'all what I believe because the truth is the truth. I can always sit here and tell y'all I don't like somebody and go against them because I don't like them, but that's not how this works. Not with me. I gotta see evidence, proof of things happening. I can't just go along with because of what this female is saying. Because two things could be right at the same time. Two things could be wrong at the same time. That's just how it goes. So for everybody that think because I'm giving some pushback on some of this stuff, get out of the comments if you think I'm a Diddy sympathizer because you don't know me. That's all I'm going to say on that. So I just want to put that out there. I don't like Diddy. And what he did to Cassie, as far as putting his hands on her, that's horrific. And he should be in prison for that. Period. No, full stop. There's nothing else to say. But if he didn't do something, just because I don't like the fact that he's a womanizer, a woman beater, I'm not going to lie on the man. I just don't. Lying is never the way. I don't care. But as far as this testimony, to me, it seems like she's being coached. It seems like some of the stuff she's saying because someone told her to say this. Like when they asked her about the Death Row, she said, yes, a 90s gangster rap label. Like who does that? Who says that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe because she's in the professional world, maybe that's how they say it. I don't know. But in my opinion, I don't think that that's just a normal thing that most people would say. They would just say a rap label. And was Death Row? Well, I mean, I guess you could say Death Row was a gangster rap label. I don't know, but let's keep going.
We moved there in 2005. On your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you? Central Park after dark, along with Uncle Polly. He looked like a linebacker. Does this photo look like him? No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades like he wore all of the time. What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park? That since I worked for Suge Knight, if anything happened, he might have to off me. Now, Diddy's...
Cut it out. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I know a lot of y'all probably surprised that I'm saying I don't believe that because the whole thing happened with Big and Suge and all that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe y'all can provide some of these things for me. Maybe I'm just slow. But I don't think Diddy has offed anybody. Has Diddy offed anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe he did tell her that. But from what I'm seeing, I'm going off of what I'm seeing. I don't know if Diddy actually told her that. I don't believe that part. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't believe that.
Objected this, but the judge did overrule. The government then said, "How did you take it?" And she said, "Seriously, it had gravitas. How did you react?" I said I didn't have anything to do with that stuff. Then Diddy's team yells objection again, and the judge sustained it. What was Paulie's role? All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben. Who's D-Rock? A good friend of Biggie Smalls, a running back type of body. Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a weapon? Yes, in my home. Did he talk about it? Mr. Combs told Chris Lighty that he had a weapon and he had a problem with 50 Cent. Were you accused of stealing? Yes, jewelry. It had been given to me and it was on a loan. And then it went missing? Yes. What did you do? I called 1440 and told them to lock it down. What did Uncle Paulie do? He questioned me for 3 hours. You went home? To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie, and he searched my house. Where did Uncle Paulie take you? 1710 Broadway. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us, and there was a 6-foot folding table and a heavy-set man. Can you just...
See, this all, to me, I'm sorry. This all sounds like she's been being coached. You remember, this happened years ago. You remember that addresses, like the addresses that you went to one time. You remember these addresses. Now, this happened years ago. According to her, this happened years ago. So, but you remember all of these addresses? I'm not rolling with that. I don't believe that. I don't believe you remember these addresses off the top of your head like that. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Down to the T. Listen, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I can't remember my old addresses. I'm sorry. And I lived there for years. But you remember? I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Bribe him? 5 of me, 2 linebackers, and he was chain smoking. Did Uncle Paulie stay? No. Intermittently, he came back. What did the heavyset man say? I was there to take a lie detector test. What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test? That they would throw me in the East River. Then Diddy's team called for an objection and then asked.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just trying to figure this out. So, you said that you had the jewelry, it was yours. It was given to you on a loan or whatever, right? And someone stole it, right? If the jewelry was given to you, how would you had stole it if it was given to you on a loan? Now, did you go pawn it? Because my thing is, these are the questions I don't think a lot of y'all ask, right? When you have jewelry, this one thing you got to understand, right? Jewelry is traceable. If I was to go inside of a pawn shop anywhere with that type of jewelry, automatically they're going to want to know where I got that from. Because the first place that gangsters or whoever is going to come to is a pawn shop. And if they say, hey, did someone come here and pawn some diamonds? And you lie about it and they find out, they're coming back there. Secondly, they'll say, well, did someone come pawn some diamonds or whatever jewelry? And you say, yes. And they say, well, what did they offer you? What did you give them for it? And I'll give you this for it, and they get it back, right? Some people do that. Some people just take it back. But you got to understand, it's not something that you can easily get off. You can't just get off this stuff. So when she say that maybe somebody did steal it, I'm not saying somebody didn't steal it, and I'm not saying she's lying about that. I'm just saying it's very difficult for you to steal jewelry from yourself if you're going to sell it when people are going to know that you're going to come there and sell it. Now, maybe she gave it to somebody else to sell it. But still in all, that right there could be a problem because you don't know if that person's going to tell on you or not. So when you said the jewelry went missing, I don't know what to think about that. Now, as far as being thrown into the East River, like, did Diddy ever throw anybody into the East River? Is he known for doing that? Maybe they said it to scare her. I don't know. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Again, for all you slow people in the back, I'm not saying that Diddy didn't do anything. I'm saying that I don't believe that was told to her. I don't believe this whole story so far. That she was taken somewhere and she was there for 5 days or whatever for a lie detector test for 5 days or 4 days or 4 hours or whatever. I don't believe it. I don't. Maybe 4 hours, but 5 days or 4 days, I don't believe that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking they said, but maybe they just said 4 hours.
For a sidebar, what was his demeanor? It was very serious. I was terrified. Did you want to be taking the test? No, I was afraid. How was the test? Wires were on you and they questioned you and they said, did I steal? Did he tell you the results? He said to calm down and that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River. Was anyone else in the building?
Cut it out. Cut it the fuck out, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. He told you to calm down. He has to get a good reading. You're basically too nervous, but he's still going to throw you in the East River. Like, how can you tell somebody to calm down, right? This is why I said I don't even believe in some of this stuff, right? Maybe it's just me. Listen, I question everything, right? That's just how I am. But still in all, like, I just think it's weird that you would tell somebody to calm down and then at the same breath say, if you don't calm down, I might have to throw you in the East River. Like, wait a minute. So if you're telling me you're going to throw me in the East River, obviously I'm not going to calm down. Like, come on, man. I'm not rolling with that one, bro. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not rolling.
Did he tell you the results? He said to calm down and that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River. Was anyone else in the building? Not to my knowledge. Could you leave? No. Paulie said no. What did Paulie say at the end? That he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again, another lie detector test in the same location all day long. Were you free to leave? No. How long did this go on for? 5 days. Did you tell anyone?
Rolling with that, bro. Bro. You're Diddy's assistant, right? And you're telling me that you and Diddy, the guy that Paulie, Uncle Paulie, y'all both are assistants to him, and you're telling me that you were gone for 5 days of questioning, 5 days of questioning about what they call that? Sorry, I had to fix the camera. 5 days of questioning About some jewelry? About some jewelry. 5 days. 5. No, I'm not rolling with that one, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not rolling that you was there back and forth 5 days. No, I'm not rolling with that one. So what is it? What is it? They couldn't get an accurate reading about you lying about some jewelry? Nah, I'm not rolling with that. What type of jewelry was this? Was this jewelry that was special? What type of jewelry was it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not rolling with that. I'm sorry. I'm not rolling with that one.
Where you were? No, I was wrong. Were you free to leave? No. How long did this go on for? 5 days. Did you tell anyone where you were? No, I was just trying to survive. I worked under an NDA. Diddy's lawyer then yells objection, and the judge said sustained, and the jury should disregard that last answer. The government then asked, what would you have been doing if you weren't taking this lie detector test? And she said, shadowing Mr. Combs. What happened after those 5 days? I was told that I could return to work and that Mr. Combs would see me next week. Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you? No. Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs? If I left, they would have thought I stole. What were your days like?
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Ain't no way in the world you telling me that you continue to work for the guy after you had took a lie detector test for 5 days and they threatened to throw you in the East River and you still worked for them because you said you were afraid that they won't think you stole. Well, obviously, you passed the lie detector test because you didn't get thrown into the East River like they said they was going to do. So I don't understand why you would say, well, I was afraid that they were going to think I stole. If you didn't steal it, why would it matter? I don't understand. It's yo, bro.
I would go from his townhouse on 74th Street to the park in the morning and then to Daddy's house studio at night. How much sleep did you get? On a good day, about 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition and I was paid $55,000. Did you ever get paid overtime? No. I spoke with the head of HR and she said that I was owed $80,000. How did Mr. Combs respond? He ripped up the paper. Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
All right, so there has to be some things missing here. Obviously, the guy who's doing all the tweeting, he can't catch everything because he said it was 80,000 was owed, and then Puffy ripped up the paper. I mean, if she worked overtime, she deserved that money, bro. What you mean? Why you ripping up the paper? You should have paid her. Paid the woman the money, man. She worked the hours. She should be paid. Like, ain't no way around that one. Pay that person, bro.
Yes. With whom? Was owed $80,000. How did Mr. Combs respond? He ripped up the paper. Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels? Yes. With whom? Kim Porter once a week. What names would he book the rooms under? Frank Black, Frank White, and the girlfriends? Jackie Starr. Where did he stay? The Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta, the Beverly Hills Hotel in LA. What were in his bags? A camera, small bottles of baby oil, and lube. Cameras every time. What would you be doing? Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterwards, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind. Was there any...
So, she said that she hardly got no sleep, right? And so I said, I pay attention to everything that people say. You said that Diddy was doing these freak offs. She was his personal assistant, which means if she's at the hotel, she's staying there, she's staying in another room. They said the freak offs last, right? Some of these freak offs last from 10 at night, 4 in the morning, or 4 days, or whatever, right? You said that you get no sleep, or you only got a little bit of sleep. How is that? How did you only get a little bit of sleep if he was participating in these freak offs at least 3, 4, 5 times a week? That's according to the other witnesses. How is it that you wasn't getting no sleep? What was you doing? You know what I'm saying? What was you doing? I don't understand it. So I pay attention to stuff like that. I think a lot of y'all don't care for that, but I do. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going.
Damage? baby oil. TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterwards, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind. Was there any damage? Baby oil. How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008? Once a week. At the London, the Intercontinental, for several days, and then they would get IV drips. Did he speak with you about his relationship with Miss Ventura? Yes, Miss London was there. Chef Jordan was in the other room. He called Cassie over and asked her to walk there. He said, hand me that. Go in the other room, and she did. What did he say? You just won't do that. That's why you don't have a man. What did you say? Your mother effing right. Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain illegal substances? Yes. A girlfriend in New York, in LA, from one stop. M.E. They delivered to Puff or to me. Did he ask you to get the substances for him? Yes. E. South France? He asked me to get snow. I said, for who? Why? I wasn't going to do it, given how my mother passed away. Who did Mr. Combs say that the substances were for? He said, not me. Did you get them? Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also gets prescriptions in my name. They were in the toiletry bag that I'd carry, or that security would carry. What about bulk cash? Yes, 100,000 euros coming back from Europe. Where'd he get?
All right, so look. I mean, I'm one of these people that think when they say they smuggling drugs, I'm thinking it's a little more than just a small bag of coke or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm tripping. I'm thinking when you talking about drug smuggling, you're talking about pounds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no ecstasy across state lines or something like little 2 pills here and there. Like, when they say he was moving drugs, bro, come on, bro. Like, let's be serious here. I'm not talking about, like, if we're saying, like, if this is drugs for his personal use, this is not him distributing drugs to people. This is just basically for his personal use because he's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm falling for this whole thing of listen, again, for all the slow people in the back, he should be in prison for beating on that woman. That should be that. But all this other stuff that they're talking about, I'm not convinced that he's a drug smuggler. I'm not convinced that he's a trafficker. I'm not convinced of that. They haven't convinced me of that. They convinced me of him being a bad guy and he should be in prison for beating on her. But as far as a drug smuggler and an ex-trafficker, I'm not convinced of that at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going.
Club bookings in Europe. He kept it, then gave it to security, and then to his bedroom in the personal safe. Violence? Fighting. Was he violent with you? Yes, at Star Island. He told me, you're not going to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by a boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the F are you? You can't have a life. One time I asked the chef if there was any turkey bacon, and she said, no effing turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr.
Again, these are the things that I ask questions about. Why would the chef say no turkey bacon? Why would the chef say that to you? Why? What did you do? If I don't know you, right? I'm just not going to deliberately say no turkey bacon to you. If I say, yo, you got some turkey bacon? Ain't got no fucking turkey bacon. Why would I say that to you if I don't know you? You know what I'm saying? Unless I known you or I know you. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a reason for that. It has to be a reason. It has to be a reason. I'm just trying to weave through the bullshit that I think she's saying. You know what I'm saying?
You can't have a life. One time I asked the chef if there was any turkey bacon, and she said, no effing turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again. What did he say? He said, if you hate it here, then get the F out. Did you leave your employment? I did. But you returned as a global brand director.
All right,
Why?
bro.
He
Enough
said
is enough, bro. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, bro. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Listen. I'm just gonna be straight with y'all, right? I'm gonna be straight with y'all because I think a lot of y'all got me misconstrued. I don't like Diddy, but I also don't like people who play in our face, bro. So you left the company. Let me get this right. You left the company, right? After he said he was going, they was threatening to throw you in the East River. You was trapped on an island and all this stuff. And he pushed you, and then you left. And then you came back to work at the company. All right, maybe there's more to it. Let's keep it going.
I was impressed by what I did in the job. I left for a couple albums. I did. But you returned as a global brand director. Why? He said he was impressed by what I did in the job. I left for a couple albums. He said you wouldn't have to work directly for me. What were you doing for Cassie Ventura? Managing her image, maximizing the optics for her. For Sean Combs, he had final approval on everything. In LA, where did you live?
Then that means you would be working directly for him. This is crazy. Like, come on. This is crazy. So let me get this right. You left the company, and then you came back, and he said he liked the way you ain't gonna work for me directly. Well, obviously you ain't working for him directly because you used to shadow him now, but you still work under. Like, come on, man. This man said he's gonna throw you in the East River, and you came back to work for him? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not rolling with this, bro. I'm sorry.
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there. Where was Cassie Ventura? In New York City on the west side. She would come to LA and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel. Who else was Cassie Ventura seen? Kid Cudi. How did you learn that? She brought him to my apartment. What did she say? She texted me that they were going to a public place in LA, and I told her that was a bad idea and to delete that text. If Mr. Combs learned about Kid Cudi, I mean Mr. Combs paid for my phone and hers. So I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone. When did Mr. Combs return to town? Not long after. He took Cassie to a hotel. And then what? On December 22nd of 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m., there was banging at my door. What did you see?
So you took Cassie to get the burner phone. You did, right? You took Cassie to get a burner phone, and your whole thing was you didn't want Diddy to find out that Cassie was cheating on him. Whether we like Diddy or not, she was, if they were in a relationship. And if you saying, oh, he was with Kim Porter, if her and Diddy was in a relationship and Diddy didn't know, because I'm sure that Cassie knew about Kim Porter, if Diddy didn't know about Kid Cudi, she was hiding it as well as Cassie was. Let's be honest here. We gonna be honest. We not defending anything. We're just giving the honest story about it. So basically, she was out here helping her do egregious things behind his back. Let's just keep it 100.
The peephole, a furious puff. What was his movement? Of 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m., there was banging at my door. What did you see through the peephole? A furious puff. What was his movement? Pacing with something in his hand. Did you open the door? I did. What was he wearing? A button-down sweatshirt, torn pants, and he was holding a weapon. He came into my apartment and said, "Why didn't you tell me? Who is Scott?" I said, "I don't know any Scott." What did he say?
That's another lie. Gotta pick that out. You don't know no Scott. Who's Scott? I'm thinking that's Kid Cudi, right? I'm gonna jump the gun. But you also, let's take it back to when you said you didn't steal the jewelry and you did our lie detector test, right? But now you're saying you took Cassie to get a burner phone and then You said that. Then you said that when he asked you who's Scott, you said you don't know. So how did Diddy find this out? How did Diddy find all of this out? That's the thing. If you only you and Cassie, and Kid Cudi knew that she was messing with him, how did he find out? How? Was they seen together? How? That's the question I'm asking.
He said, "We are going to this N." Where was the weapon? In his hand. I said I didn't want to go. He said, "I don't give an F what you want. Get dressed." What concerns did you have? He'd never come to my house. Did you try to escape? No, I got dressed. Who joined in? Ruben in the black Escalade, executive class. Where was Ruben? The driver's seat. I got in the back seat, the right-hand side. Mr. Combs was in the left, next to me. Usually he would have sat in the front, but the weapon was in his lap. How long did it take to drive from your home at the time to Kid Cudi's house in Hollywood Hills? If you push it, about 15 to 20 minutes. What did Mr. Combs and Ruben do at Kid Cudi's house?
This is what I'm saying. How the hell did he get his address? How? How did he get his address? He came to your house, picked you up, right? Never came to your house before, picked you up, and then y'all drove to Kid Cudi's house. How did he get his address? How? Where did he get it from? Who did he get it from? You know what I'm saying? How?
They went in. Could you see in? Yes. What did you do? I called Cassie on her burner phone and I said, "Cassie, where the F are you?" I told her that Puff was at Kid Cudi's house, and then I changed her number in my phone to my best friend Stormy. What did you hear?
So how did he get to his house? How? Did you tell them where he lived at? And how did you know where Kid Cudi lived? And on top of that, you still had your phone. You literally you said that you were kidnapped. Why would they leave you with your phone? I don't understand this. If you're being kidnapped by someone, why would they leave you with your phone? That doesn't make sense. So he left you with your phone, and basically you could have easily called the police or anybody and said you was being kidnapped, right? Easily. You got your phone. And judging off how they probably was gone for more than five minutes, if you call the police and say you were kidnapped, you don't think that they're gonna show up? What? And on top of that, Kid Cudi said that he had cameras in his house. So his cameras didn't pick up y'all pulling up? I don't understand this. Like, so how did they get to the cameras to turn them off or take the video footage? Who took it? Who took it down? Who stopped the video footage from recording when they was going in? How did they get through the gate? Did he have a gate? I don't understand. I'm asking these questions.
On the phone that Kid Cudi was at Cassie's, and when Mr. Combs came back, he took my phone and called the last number, and then I saw Kid Cudi driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and we saw the police driving the other way towards Kid Cudi's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at Key Club and he told me to call Cassie. What did he tell you to tell Cassie? That he had me and
Wait a minute. I just seen a fatal flaw in her statement right there. Listen to what she said. Here's a fatal flaw. I want y'all to pay attention, right, to what she said. Remember, she said that Diddy took her phone. That when he left, she called Cassie on a burner phone, right? Now, understand, she called Cassie on a burner phone, and when she called Cassie, she hung up, and she changed Cassie's name in the burner phone to her friend Stormy's name, right? This dude took her phone, and he called. Now, they never said who he talked to on the phone when he called the last number, right? That's one. And two, right? Why would he ask her to call Cassie back if he already has the phone that he took from her? Why would he ask her? That doesn't make sense. So he's going to ask her to call Cassie back after he called her already anyway? That doesn't make sense. And did he talk to her? Did he talk to her? I don't understand. These are the questions I'm asking because a lot of us are not picking that part out. Like, come on, man.
He wouldn't let me go. How did Cassie work together? We stopped at Key Club and he told me to call Cassie. What did he tell you to tell Cassie? That he had me and he wouldn't let me go. How did Cassie respond? She said, okay, come get me. She was calm. Who drove you home? Ruben. What did Mr. Combs then tell you? To convince Kid Cudi not to say that it had been him at his house. I picked up Cassie. The government said, where did you go? We went to Kid Cudi's and tried to convince him not to file a police report. What did you tell them? That Puff came to my house with a weapon. What did you tell him that he said? If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all. What was Kid Cudi's reaction? Mind blown. Diddy's team says objection, and the judge sustained it and told the jury to disregard. What happened when you got back to the house? Diddy was kicking Cassie again and again. How was Cassie? She was in a fetal position. Mr. Combs kicked her all the way to the street. She was crying silently. Where was he kicking her? In her back and her backside. Where were you? 5 feet away, and so was Ruben. What did Mr. Combs say to you? He said, if you jump in, I'm going to F you up.
12 p.m.
Nothing. Who did you call? D-Rock. And I told him, tell your brother to stop. Puff, he is kicking the out of Cassie. I called Polly too. He said he'd take care of it, but Ruben did nothing. What's next? Mr. Combs told me to get the F out too, and I left on foot. Could you see her getting kicked? Until I went around the bend. Then who did you call? Cassie's mother, Regina Ventura. I told her, he's kicking the out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can. Why didn't you call the police? The mission of the day was to get Kid Cudi, so no calling the police. Who is...
Come on, bro. You can't make this up, bro. Like, come on, bro. Some of this stuff is so unbelievable, bro. So, the mission of the day. So, you're still following orders after you're calling people and saying that this woman is getting battered by this man. And you're saying the mission of the day was to get Kid Cudi. What? Like, come on, you was kidnapped. How is that a part of the mission? I don't understand this, bro. I don't. This is the same girl that said she was kidnapped and was going to get thrown in the East River, and then also said that these people are going to hurt her, and then she sees and he said he's going to do something to her and all this. Come on, man. Like, come on.
This email from Cassie. She wrote that Diddy would be releasing tapes about her and he would have someone else hurt her and Kid Cudi. Do you recall if you responded to this? I don't. Did law enforcement call you? The arson investigators. Kid Cudi had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this to be over. What did Mr. Combs say to you? He said I should off you B-words and I should cut her face. How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
So what? I should off y'all and then cut her face. So he's gonna off both of y'all and then cut her face? Why would he cut her face if he off y'all? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a gangster thing. I don't know. But let's keep it going.
I'd say about 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Puffy was saying in the moment. Who is Harvey Pierre? The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me. What did Harv Pierre tell you? He said, "That's crazy, but it was going to be okay." And then I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in vacation that I was on. "Had you put it in?" "Yes," to Harv Pierre. "Did you lose benefits?" "All of them. My health, my 401k, my house, my car." "What did Mr. Combs say?" "That I would never work again and that he would make me off myself." "Did you get a job offer?" "I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job." "Did you settle with Mr. Combs?" In October of 2012's for, and then Diddy's team yells objection and then asks for a sidebar. This is going to be about the lawsuit that she allegedly took after Diddy whooped on her. Aside from the settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs? No. Did you go back to work for him? In 2016. No one else would hire me. Cassie had
It's enough, bro. Enough is enough, bro. So wait, so get the fuck out, get up out of here with this, bro. So you went through all this and then you still went back to work for the man? I don't, I'm not rolling, bro. Nah, bro. This is the third time working for him. Or second time. With third time. This would be your third time working for Diddy. Your third time. Oh man, I can't wait to hear the cross-examination. I can't wait.
a new record deal with Epic. Who did you have to get approvals from? Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more substances. Was she still dating Mr. Combs? Yes. And in December 2023, why did you retain an attorney? I was traumatized by Cassie's civil lawsuit. Her complaint did not reference me, but I reached out to Mr. Combs and I said, "I want my life back. You kidnapped me." Diddy's team then yells objection again, and the judge said overruled. Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again? Yes, asked the chief of staff. When did you last speak with Miss Ventura? In 2018. And Kid Cudi? 2012. And then the government says no further questions. And now Capricorn Clark will move on to her cross-examination testimony. But
Yeah, so I know that it looked like I was talking, but I really wasn't talking. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Sometimes this mic just turns off. Anyway, that's too long. I'm not gonna end up doing the whole thing. I'm gonna end up doing part 2 to this, or the second part, because it's too long, and I don't want it to be over an hour long for this episode. So, anyway, shout out to this lady here who does her thing. I don't always agree with her, but I like her take on certain things. So, let's get to it, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Peace. Bye.